Good morning, dear friends. So glad you could be with me. Welcome back to Yoga Shalom at Home. I'm Reb Cantor Lisa Levine, and I'm your guide into the world of yoga through a Jewish lens. We're closing in on TuBishvat, also known as Jewish Arbor Day, Chag HaIlanot, the New Year of the Trees. It hardly seems like a good planting day here in Maryland with cold and the wind outside, but in the land of Israel, the planting season officially begins. And even here, this holiday reminds me that spring and Pesach are coming. The seed catalog on my desk is calling my name. Today's going to be a gentle flow, honoring our inner tree in its many forms. The tree of life represents the Sphirot energy centers of the body, similar to the chakras. And we've been through these energy centers many times, but for those who are new, they extend from the crown of the head, the Keter, all the way to the feet, to the Shekhinah. And in between, we have Chesed and Gevurah, compassion and strength, which balances at our heart center, Tiferet, and we'll talk about that today. And in the lower body, the legs of Netzach and Hod, of humility and endurance and balancing in Yesod, our Kishkas. So we have this tree in our body. And the Zohar, the Kabbalistic handbook, also teaches that when we sleep, we enter a mini death. Our tree of life, our body, goes into hibernation. It actually becomes a tree of death. It's kind of scary, but upon awakening, our tree of life is renewed. And our leaves are created anew, and the trunk of our body and our feet, our malchut, our shekhinah, attached to the gravity of the earth. And with the recitation of Moda'ani or Moda'ani, our prayer of gratitude, we're returned to life and our neshama is returned to our body, and we're going to embody that today. So as we move through our day and our lives, we are giving, we're gathering, and we're giving fruit, just as trees do. These are expressions of tikkun olam, repair of our world. I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit. There we go. Judaism is like a tree. The roots are our ancestors extending all the way back to Sinai. The trunk is our traditions and rituals, strong and lasting. Our branches reach out for all the expressions of Judaism, and our leaves and fruit are the tenets of mitzvot we're commanded to fulfill. So today we will be a tree. So let's begin, as we always do, settling into our spaces, bringing ourselves into our Mishkan, this holy place, this mat mirror place. Close the eyes or soften the gaze. You'd like to bring your hands into a mudra, healing mudra, you may do that. Imagine the trunk of your tree seated in a peaceful place, observing the nature around you. The energy of the sun comes down into the top of your branches, through the leaves, and filters all the way down into the center of your tree of life, Tiferet, the heart center, down the trunk, warming the trunk, all the way down into Shekhinah or Malchut, the feet, the roots of your tree. As that sun warms your branches and trunk and roots and leaves, allow everything to soften and become tuned to the vibrations of the earth, birds, the wind, air, rain, animals. Bring all of that awareness into the feet, Allow the soles of the feet to connect to Mother Earth. Eitz Chaim, tree of life, connecting us with Shekhinah. Shekhinah El, the source. Sense yourself becoming a tree, giving life to our planet, creating shelter, gathering warmth and fruit, and giving that back to the world. I'm going to move back to my chair now. And if you're seated on your mat, that's absolutely fine. But I'm going to bring my tree to my chair. Dropping the awareness now into the breath. We're going to bring some of that oxygenated fluid to our tree, to every part of our tree. So just relax the shoulders away from the ears, ground down into the sits bones, allow the feet to connect with Shekhinah, the mother. And inhale through the nostrils, filling the trunk of your tree all the way up to the ends of your branches. And then as you exhale, imagine that life-giving oxygen releasing into the wind. Inhaling, imagining the veins and arteries of the body as the branches of a tree, all the way down into the fingers and down to the toes. And then as you release the air through the nostrils slowly, relax the shoulders and bring the trunk into stillness. Squeeze all the air out. Inhale. This time, imagining the lungs, the branches of all of the lung capillaries being filled with oxygen, like branches reaching towards the sun, filling your leaves with green, the green of Anahata, or Tiferet, the heart center. And as you release the breath slowly, untie any knots that you might have in the body by just letting them go out into the wind. Inhaling, filling the trunk, lifting the spine as though you're lifting your branches towards the sun. And then release. Unpeeling the layers of the neshama, the soul, to truth. Now we are going to raise our hands up to the sky. So inhaling, lift the arms up as though your branches are filling with air all the way to the ends of those leaves. And then as you release, slowly bring the arms down. Now this time to the side, inhale, arms up, become the tree that you wish to be. And then releasing, arms down. Now to the front, inhale, arms up, reaching out to the sun, to the possibilities of this new day. the fruits of your hands. And then as you exhale, drop the branches down to your sides, noticing the stillness. One more time, arms up to the sides, bringing that healing into the palms, all the way into the fingertips, the leaves, the fruits, and then exhale, palms down away. Bringing all of that richness of air into the heart center with the left hand on the heart and the right hand over. Let's just massage that love right into heart center. A little Hainishama, Shinatata B. When we sleep, our trees go to sleep. And when we wake, they are reinvigorated with our spirits, our neshama. So let's open our heart center to some neshama. Just some little circles with the shoulders, sort of like you're pedaling a bicycle, but with your shoulders. So bringing a little bit of fluid into the shoulders, warming that up. And then we're going to start moving. And if you feel yourself that you want to chant to the chant, that's great. Inhale, open the heart, look up, and exhale. We're using that breath, that pranayama. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the hands and the chin to the chest. Take a deep dive inside. Inhale. Roll the shoulders back. The trunk of your tree is strong as you exhale. All the way up, opening the heart. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up and drop the hands forward. If you're on the mat, you can come all the way down if you want to. Exhaling, chin to the chest. Let's intensify this by raising the branches of our tree. Inhaling, and as you exhale, crack open the heart. Let anything go that you don't need. That love center. Inhaling all that love and bring it into the hands and all the way down now if you're in the chair, and if you're on the mat, all the way down, chin to chest. We're breathing very slowly. This will help us later when we're flowing through some other asanas. Inhale, exhale, grab the back of the chair or fingertips on the back of the mat. As you exhale, open a knot of the tree and let everything go. Maybe make a home for love. Inhale up, way up, and over to the side. So let's wave our tree over the right. Feel the wind coming into your fingers. And exhale over the left. Maybe look up under that branch. Maybe there's a squirrel living there or a piece of fruit. Inhale up. Now both arms stay together as you go over. So we're strengthening our core here. Exhale. Inhale up and over, strengthening our trunk of our tree. Our values. Inhale up, our traditions, and now a nice twist to the back. Use the drishti to bring your neck around. Let's get that flexibility back in. Inhale up, both arms up, and look around. Use the drishti to bring the head around to the back. God is pure. Inhale all of that love and those mitzvot and tikkun. Bring them into the palms. Press down the midline. Bring the fingertips to the third eye. The wisdom of our traditions lives within us. And we release. There's so many different kinds of trees to talk about. But we're going to start using the circles of our trees. Not that we have to count how many rings we have, but without the spinning of the earth and the stars and the sky, there would be no life on this planet. So let's just get our head moving in either clockwise or counterclockwise, as though you're just drawing a little circle on the ceiling with a string attached to the source of energy in the universe. And then in the other direction, and Moda Ani, our prayer for returning our soul spirit to our tree of life. Good. Now let's intensify that a little bit by dropping the left ear, left shoulder, look up, right ear, right shoulder, chin to chest. So increase the size of that circle that you're drawing, that circle of energy on top. And don't forget, just above the head, above the keter. So we're making this circle as though you're just creating a circle all the way around the leaves of your tree. And in the opposite direction, imagine that you're creating this energy circle around as far out. Depending what kind of tree you want to be. I'm a linden tree, so I have a very big circle to draw. I was thinking of circumference. Now come back to center. We're going to use our trunks now just to begin opening up the hip girdle, creating those circles of energy within the center of the body and the trunk of our tree, strengthening, renewing, and healing. Just lead with the heart, inhaling, exhaling. Do about 3 in one direction and then go the other direction, as though you're stirring a big pot of oatmeal, but it's really the energy of the tree that you're circling all the way around. We're going to even intensify this a little bit more. We're going to gather some oxygen in through our leaves by using our hands up and around. And I love the God Levy's practice last week because he talked about heaven and earth and just scraping the river and bringing all of the energy up in the form of rain and then all the way down. So go in one direction and then bring that energy from the river all the way over in the form of rain that goes up and then comes all the way down. Inhaling all the way up and all the way down. Great. Meet me in the center again, and let's gather that energy with some big circles in our arms. Inhale up and gather that energy. Gather that oxygen. Gather that mist, he called it. Inhaling, and then go in the opposite direction. Draw all the way around the tree with a force field of energy. Inhaling, exhaling, one more. Good. Inhale, bring the hands into center, and we're just going to draw some circles with our knee. And if you're on the mat, this is going to be a little bit harder to do, but you can just bring your foot up. Just want to wiggle the hip a little bit, getting our roots ready to stand. Inhaling one direction and the other direction, and then put it down. I love drawing circles with the legs and with the hips because it not only does it remind me that everything is connected, but that I need to warm up the hip sockets before we start doing those forward folds and everything, and in the opposite direction. Good, and down. Press the right foot out in little circles with the foot, and then just do some little circles with your inches with your knee. And if you want to bring them out a little bit, and some circles, and drop that foot. Press the left foot out. This is good for your not only for your joints, but it's good for your mind as well, because it's hard to do. Now I'm going to lift both feet up and both hands up. If you're on the mat, you easily can do this. Opposite direction. Now reach out, reach out, reach out. And be still for a moment and just see how your tree's doing. Sway a little bit and breeze. Take the sun. And then let's stand. If you're able to stand, if not, you can stay seated and do all this stuff seated just like this. We're gonna do God S, but I'm gonna use my chair today as a prop. I work with 80 and 90-year-olds. They can't do this without using a prop. So that's what we're gonna do. And we're just gonna praise Yah for all of these trees. So inhaling, exhaling, and just easily draw the knees down towards the toes. Nice and easy, just starting to warm up. Inhale, exhale, and come up. Feel the roots of your tree wide and strong and deep. Inhale, exhale, draw down towards the source, Mother Earth. Good. Inhale, exhale, come up one more time. Air and the water. Inhale, exhale, bring the arms out to the side. Now you can really be a tree. Bring the branches out. Inhale, exhale, and send that energy out into the wind. Maybe sway a little bit. Inhale, exhale, open the arms, Davi Asana. Release the air through the mouth. Inhale, bring the hands into the hip creases, and let's bend our tree forward by extending the crown of the head, the Keter, all the way forward, hinging, not rolling. You can use your chair as a prop, or bring your hands all the way down. Now drop your branches and leaves towards the earth, then bend towards the earth, and let anything you don't need fall away from your branches. Maybe sway a little bit and walk your hands over to the right side. Strengthen the right side of the tree. Inhale, come to center. Walk your branches over to the left side. Feel the strength of that side of the tree. Inhale, come to center. Now, hinge up, using the chair, just hinge straight up. Once again, knees are right over the toes as you inhale. And bend the knees, opening the branches, opening your heart, opening to all of the gifts of these trees. Inhale, exhale, send the fruits of your trees out to the wind. Inhale all of that energy into the arms, all the way down to the heart, and bring the hands together, pressing, 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 pressing. Left hand comes over heart, right hand over the left. Let's store all of that praise and love in heart center. Gratitude. Time for a little sun salutation. So the fruits of our labors, how do we extend all of that to the world? Well, I think sun salutation is a good way of doing that. And I love this prayer, Spirits Rising. I'm going to use my chair today just so you can see how I do this with the chair. You don't have to use a chair. If you're a yogi, you know how to do sun salutation. But we're going to start with hands in prayer pose. Inhale, and we're going to swan dive as we exhale. Or you can stay with the back of your chair. I'm going to go all the way fingertips to the mat. Inhale, half full, hands are at the shins. And as you exhale, grab your chair and step back with the right and left feet. And we're in downward facing dog. If you're on the mat, you have your palms down. We're going to use our chair. Good. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Bring your hips towards the chair, or you can come down into plank as you look up and down onto the mat into Bhujangasana. Inhale, exhale, back into up to downward facing dog or downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift the right leg up. And as you exhale, bring the knee in towards the chest and place it in front of you towards the chair or on the mat between your hands. Good. Square your hips up, bend that front knee, lift the arms. Good. Grab the chair, inhale, that's my dog, listen to me. Reverse swan dive, and hands in prayer pose. Let's do the other side. Inhale, swan dive, all the way down, fingertips to the ground. Sorry about that, thank you, folks. Inhale, half full, and as you exhale, grab the chair, step back with the left foot and right. Inhale, and as you exhale, draw your hips towards the chair, looking up, or you're down in Bhujangasana. Inhale, back to downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg. And as you exhale, draw that knee towards the chair or between your hands and your neck. Good. Now I'm getting off the cap. I'm getting thrown off. Bend that front knee, lift your arms. Virabhadrasana 1. Good. Inhale, exhale. Bring the right foot to meet the left. Reverse swan dive. And hands in prayer pose. Coming into Tadasana. The dog's normally in the park, so I'm not sure what's going on. I might have to take care of them. Give me 1 second, folks. Oh, geez. Just stay in Tadasana just for a moment. All right. I hope you enjoy being a tree just for a moment. We're going to go into Utkatasana now. So let's create for ourselves a blessing for our tree of life. What kind of blessing do you need for yourself today? Tree of peace, blessing of healing, perhaps the blessing of family. Maybe it's something very, very personal, just a little more time for yourself or a goal that you're trying to reach. Blessing for this tree day. And let's bring our hands into the hip creases. I'm going to use my chair again, just so you'll be able to see what I'm going to do here. Inhaling with feet hip distance apart. Exhaling, sit right back into your chair and bring your blessing into the branches and leaves of your tree. Maybe there are fruits that you want to produce that you haven't produced. Bring those fruits right into your mind's eye. Concentrate on those. Let everything else go. And breathe, of course. That's where that pranayama comes in. And now step in to your feet. You can always come out of the asana if it's too intense, or just come up a little bit. We're gonna go down one more time and bring that bhavana, that intention for what brought you to your Mishkan today. What kind of tree are you seeking to be? What kind of work in the world are you seeking to do? What's your dharma, your path? Inhale, exhale, come right into that tree. And hold your fruits. Imagine it. Imagine everything that you need for yourself right here. Close. Not far away, but close. So close you can touch it. Breathing. Now bring your hands into Vajra Mudra with hands clasped and fingertips together and come all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way down. Good. Inhale. All the way up. And one last time. Exhale. And step into the feet. Bring that oneness into heart center. As we become one with our tree, with our Trikonasana, our triangle pose. So come to the side of your mat and step the left toes out and the right towards the wall. The right toes are going to be in at a 45-degree angle. And then inhale and exhale, open that right hip. Good. Inhale, lift the arms, exhale, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, reach way over that front leg, and then bring the branch of your tree up. So flexible tree. How can we create flexibility in our lives and balance and oneness? And the drishti or the gaze is at the thumbnail. And if you just can come to here, that's absolutely fine. And you can use the chair the same way, seated, or you can breathe. Inhale, exhale, let's sway in the wind a little bit. Let's be a tree and sway in the wind. Right hand to right back thigh, left arm over. Reach way back, let's sway back. And just go back and forth at your own pace today. Back and forth. And listen. Listen to the one in the wind. And breathe. Imagine your trees swaying in the wind and being open to all the possibilities. And let's go to the other side. So right toes at the wall, left toes in, inhale, and swivel that left hip open. You don't want your hips to be this way, you want them to be facing me. Inhale, exhale, drop the shoulders down. Lean way over that standing leg. And then bring your branch toward the sun and breathe. Good. Bring left hand to left back thigh, right arm over. And then sway your branches in the wind. Which way will the wind take you? Be strong in your trunk, be strong in your roots, in your tradition. And then celebrate all the diversity that we celebrate, all of the fruits that come into our lives. All of this flexibility back and forth, gathering the energy of the trees, listening to that still small voice. Good. Now, bring the toes together Actually, I'd like you to lock your feet together as we learned last week. Bring hands to heart center. Close the eyes or soften the gaze. And then we will embody our Shema. So inhale. Exhale and shh. Hum M. And release the air. And release. Let's get the Shema action too. Yeah. Excellent. All right. Let's bring hands into Anjali Mudra as we do a couple of Amida embodiments. First one is going to be a series of side bend asana, and then we'll go into some balances. Sifatai tita. Adonai, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Good. Let's raise our left branch all the way up. And just bring the other hand down to the hip, down to our trunk. A nice, easy side bend over to the right. And gather that energy. Good. Let's raise the other branch up. Inhale up, a nice little side bend. Come down into Tadasana because I forgot something. I'm distracted by the dog's bark. Feet are down into the earth as we summon our ancestors, as we stand upon the shoulders of those who have come before us. We feel the power of their trees coming into our tree, that generation to generation link back, all the way back to Sinai, bringing the power of our ancestry, our ancestral tree right into our bodies. And now lift that branch again, and you can imagine that energy coming all the way in and then gathering into heart center as you exhale. Inhale, lift the arm over and gather that energy in. I love it. 2 more times each side. Just gathering that energy all around, energy of our ancestors. Now both hands go up and you clasp the hands together. Inhale and exhale gently over the right. It's a little bit deeper stretch, but it's our energetic tree coming to life with ancestry, all the positive vibes of our ancestors, sometimes negative, but we still have that energy to guide us. Inhale and release the arms into hallelujah arms. Just allow your branches and your trunk and your leaves and your fruits to wave and to create a force field of energy all the way around you. This tree of life, peaceful energy from all the way from the earth, all the way around. Bring hands down into Tadasana. Close the eyes for a moment and notice the effects of this energetic tree hugging. Now that we've got our tree energy going, we're going to do a couple of balances. So again, use your chair. We're going to begin with a standing march, which I love. And that is, let's bring all of our weight onto the right leg and send that root down into the earth. And then lift the left knee. Now, if you can let go, you want to find a drishti or a point to fix your gaze. And then if you want to just draw the knee to the side and breathe. You don't have to let go, and you don't even have to lift the knee. It could be down. But I'm going to lift the knee, and then I'm going to raise the opposite arm and feel the strength of the root, the trunk, and the branch, all balanced. Woo. And balance both sides. Good, and then bring all the weight onto the left leg and grab that right knee. You can start in the front and use the chair for balance. You can keep the leg down or draw the knee out. Bring that root strong into the earth and the opposite branch up. This side I'm not as balanced, but once I find my drishti, I can steady my tree. And come up. Now we really are going to go into tree balance, and we're going to become the tree that we wish to be. I'm going to move on to the tile because I think it's easier to balance. So let's bring all the way in again into the right leg. Send that root down deep into the earth. And then bring the knee out to the side with the foot under the knee or above, but not on the knee, because that's no good. I can do this if I can't even do this with these tights because it just slips down. So I'm going to do this with my knee off. And then when you're ready, bring the branches of your tree up and become the tree that you want to be. I'm definitely the linden tree in my yard. Doesn't have any leaves yet, but it's so strong, and I know that in a few weeks the buds are going to come out and it's going to be the most beautiful tree in the world. And release. Shake it out. And let's bring all of the weight onto the left leg, down that root. Bring the sole of the foot onto the side of the leg. The knee is out at 45. Find the drishti. Now you can stay here or bring the branches of your tree up and become the tree that you wish to be. Roots, plenty. Breathing and becoming, strengthening and loving. And release. That was good. Oh. Good. I really wanted to do one more balance, so we're just going to do it. So you can step towards your chair if you want to use the chair, or you can just use the mat. So we're going to step forward with our right leg and reach forward and bring the left leg behind. This is actually Warrior 3. But it's modified, and we're reaching out to hug our tree. Let's hug our tree. We're gonna hug that tree. And breathe. And come back. Oh, let's go to the other side. Step forward to the left and reach out. Hug that tree. Oh, hug it. I've got it. Breathe. Great job, everyone. All right, now we're going to use the chair again for our mat work. If you want to come down to the mat and come on all fours, you're absolutely welcome to do that. But I'm going to use my chair again just to show you how we can do it with that support. So come on to all fours. And this is us on all fours using the chair. Yep. Or your knees and your hands are under your shoulders. Good. Reach out like you're going to shake somebody's hand with your right hand and then press the left behind you and breathe. Good. Connect with the earth. Connect with the leaves that are on the ground. Connect with the fruits that are on the ground, maybe the nuts. Inhale, exhale, and come back. Good. Now let's reach our left hand out as though we're going to shake someone's hand and press the right. Look down and breathe. Connect with the earth, connect with the leaves. Maybe there's some chestnuts on the ground or nuts. Maybe there's even a couple of ants, but it's okay because they're not biting us today. Breathe. Good. And come down. And if you're on the mat, just come into child's pose. If you're at your chair, come into a child's pose just for a moment by bringing your forearms to the chair and bending your knees slightly. And release. Good. Now step both legs out. If you're on the mat, you're going to come into a plank with the forearms on the mat, but we're on our chair. And breathe. Feel the strength of the trunk of your tree as it connects with the earth. You don't want to get too haughty. You want to stay connected with all of the things in our lives that need our attention. It's hard to do that. I mean, it's easier to do that when you're prostrate like this. Good. Now bring your feet up towards the chair and stand. Excellent job. Okay. We're going to do one more thing. So inhale, exhale, and if you're on the mat, just bring your leg forward into pigeon pose. So you're this way, and you're going to do this. But if you're in a chair, I'm going to do it this way. I love it. Bring your foot up like this and just inhale and exhale. Stretch towards the chair. Inhale and exhale and straighten. Bring your chin towards you. Inhale, exhale. This is a great exercise to do. Open the heart. Exhale. Look down towards the roots of your tree and release. Good. You got to do the other side. So if you're on the mat, again, come into pigeon pose. Bring the leg forward and do this. Stand. I haven't done this before, so it's new for me to do both at the same time. Inhale, exhale towards the chair. Exhale, straighten the leg. Inhale, exhale, look up, open the heart. And exhale, straighten the leg. Now I really am going to come down to the mat because I want to do a little stretch out. You can, if you're sitting in a chair, just bring another chair up in front of you and bring your legs out because we're going to do sort of a cottage moment this morning. So, blessing our ancestry, we can bring our feet just right up onto the chair and just leave them there. This is an inversion. You can even go to the wall and bring your legs up the wall if you want. Or what I'm going to do right now is press my right foot into the ceiling, gather the knee behind, and just do some circling. So we're inverting our tree for a moment. Why are we doing that? To allow grief and pain and the news of the day and any trauma we're feeling as we inhale and exhale, flow out through the feet and away with the wind. So our trees are uprooted when our grief comes in. So we have to release that grief. Inhale, exhale through the roots of our trees, which are now facing the Shamayim, the heavens. Inhale, flex the foot, bring that ankle onto the knee, and then pull back so you can release all that work we did with the roots of our tree. And just gently release that hip and any grief, pain, trauma. Through the breath, inhale. Feel the shoulders relax back in the mouth. And if you'd like to bring a name to mind for the Kaddish as we flow through, please bring a name into your heart that you'd like to remember. All of those who've lost their lives in recent days in acts of violence. Those are weighing heavily upon me. Drop that foot, press the left into the ceiling, and gently rotate the foot around to the left and to the right. Inhale, flex, and exhale, point. Allow that grief to float out into the wind. Join the ancestors. Inhale, flex. Exhale, bless them with the breath of our trees of life. Eternal life. Inhale, flex. Exhale, bring that ankle onto the right knee and pull back. Releasing that branch. Release all of the tension you might be feeling, the holding. Maybe there's a little emotions. Just let those go. Let them flow away with the wind. Both feet are down. Press both heels into the ceiling and then allow the legs to flop open and draw the soles of the feet together and the knees are out. Supta Baddha Konasana. As you raise your arms over your head, butterfly pose, supine butterflies will float onto the wind of memory. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Palms come to the side for Shavasana. Now we'll take you through our Shavasana as we just release our practice today. Breathe normally, either through the mouth or through the nose, whatever is more comfortable for you. Allowing the roots of your tree to just relax into the earth. Feel the trunk of the tree as it connects with Shekhinah, the energy of the planet. The branches of your tree are relaxed and open. Leaves accepting oxygen and fruits are ripe. As the warmth of the sun beats down, a sense of serenity and peace pervades as you sink down into this blanket of leaves, soft, protecting and comforting. The warm wind begins to comfort the front of the body from the feet. And the sun warming the legs. Relaxing the spine down into the leaves of the earth, becoming one with every part of nature in the tree. Settling back into the nature of one. Arms heavy, protected, and the neck supported, and the head protected and supported. This blanket of leaves sending its energy and its love to every part, every cell of the body. Becoming aware of the beating of the heart, the leg, the openings and closings, which bring life to every part of the tree. Nikavim, nikavim, chalulim, chalulim. Knowing that if anything were to fail, our leaves, our branches, our roots would cease to be. Feeling blessed, feeling nurtured, feeling protected. Spend a few moments memorizing this beautiful feeling, being a tree, lying down in peace and waking up to life renewed. Serene. Wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, drawing the roots of your tree or knees into the heart center, gently roll from side to side for a moment, and then roll onto the right side, and make a pillow of the branches of your tree. Feel supported and loved. And when you're ready, push yourself up. Now we're running a little late, but I really wanted to end our practice today by sharing the sap of our tree as a healing salve for the world. So let's bring hands to heart center and call upon the healing sap of our inner tree to help heal our broken world. And we send healing to all of those who are in need of healing from the depths of our inner trees, to our loved ones and friends, to our country, to our world, and beyond. And if you have a name of someone you'd like to call for healing, please call that name out loud, or you can place it in the chat room. Let's inhale, open the tree, and bring that sap right to the surface of the tree. And as you exhale, send that healing salve out to the world. Inhale, bring the palms together and press down. And bring fingertips to the third eye and bring all that healing intention and wisdom into our being, into our tree. And hands at heart center, and send that love and healing to the deepest places, our trees. Thank you all for spending this hour. I hope you are a tree. And I wish you a day of energy, of love, of growth, of fruits, and namaste, light. And hope to see you next time.